Hey, so this is episode 3 of Harrison Talks to you. Not really you. You're not real. Whatever, I say that every episode. Lay off it, yes? So today I watched the Black Mirror movie, I played it, I guess. I played Bandersnatch. It was pretty cool. I've only gotten one ending, though. And it's fun. Not fun. It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But it's good. Um, and yeah, so I apparently got the easiest to get ending, which was where he ends up in jail. And I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler free as I possibly can, which is not very which is not very good because I just told you one of the endings. Whatever. So I got the most common ending, but I'm probably gonna go back and get more endings. And Bandersnatch is really cool if you haven't already played it. I mean, if you don't have Netflix or you don't have a device that works for it, then sorry, you're out. But honestly, it's very interesting. If you don't know the premise already, it's about this programmer. Okay, so first I need to talk about the medium that is presented to you, and you've probably already heard this, but it's in a choose your own adventure style format, right? Like you know how it works. You'll be laid out a choice every now and then, and you'll have to choose between what happens, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing one out here, I'm making this up. Like, if you find yourself lost in a forest, you have the choice to go, one direction or the other, right? It's like that. And so keep that in mind. It's called Bandersnatch, of course. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. So it's about it's a choose your own adventure story about a guy making a choose your own adventure game based off of a choose your own adventure book called Bandersnatch, which I don't know if it's real. I just heard it from this movie. I'll look it up. It might be real. But from yeah. And so it's definitely about the whole choose your own adventure idea, and the movie has a very like recurring theme of choices. So yeah, it's pretty good. But the Bandersnatch it's it's really good. It's got an interesting story. And I mean, I wish I could say more about it, I guess, but whatever. And it's really interesting. Like, one thing that I loved about it is that it's like technology isn't really the focus of the story. Like, of course, it's about a guy making a video game, and he's making it alone too. But like, the game has it like, and the game is like putting a lot of stress on him. But for the most part, that's kind of in the background. It's more of a way for plot events to happen more, like meeting characters, or things to happen, or him to feel stressed. But the technology aspect of the story is, for the most part, in the background, actually, which I find really refreshing for Black Mirror, because I mean, with Black Mirror, it's always, phones are bad, and that can get a little stale every now and then, you know? Like, try and, it's, you gotta sometimes just get, the thing. And, so yeah, I feel like, sorry, where was I? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, like, sometimes a breath of fresh air is pretty interesting. And I mean, like, I know that Black Mirror is about technology being scary and evil, but, like, when you do one message long enough, everyone's gonna get stale of it. And I mean, like, technology is involved in the story, it's just not the focal point, right? So I feel like Black Mirror should do more stories like this, if possible. But for the most part, it's just, technology's bad. And that's not a particularly bad thing, it's just I feel like there are a few missed opportunities here or there, right? But it's one issue that I have with it is that every now and then, there'll be parts of the game where, like, you're told to make a choice, but in the end, that choice has, little to no effect on the story. Like, literally nothing is happening, that you can choose. And that could also be another sort of theme, right? The theme of choice. Because if you go back to it, remember, it's like, you don't really have a choice in this. Like, there are certain events in the story that are going to happen no matter what you do. From what I know. Like, if you get to a specific point, sometimes when you choose one option, the thing will end and then it'll be like, okay, now go back and choose the other option. So yeah, it can be pretty interesting with that. Whether or not that's a theme or not. But if it isn't, then I'm kinda sad about that, right? Like, there's this one scene in the movie where, you're given a choice, and the choice only has one option. So, it's a little ridiculous, yes. But in most other ways, it's a pretty tight story. It's very, fun and not fun. It's very, interesting. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of branching pathways. I believe that there are, not plenty, but I believe that there are around, like, 4 different kinds of endings that you can get. Like, some of them have small variations, but there's mainly 4 different kinds of endings, yes? So, yeah, I'd say that you should probably play the game for yourself if you, find the chance to. Oh, one other thing. There's this one, scene, or a few scenes even, where, the main character is hallucinating, and there's a lot of scenes where the main character is hallucinating, but there's one where, a monster shows up, and I just gotta say, the monster does not look very good. It, kind of looks ridiculous, actually. It kind of looks like a man in a costume. And when I saw it the first time, I was kind of like, haha, that's pretty goofy looking. So, yeah. Bye. Like and subscribe.